dropping beats, Mom.
I told you never to bother me while I'm cleaning my room.
Why you want to get down here?
Yeah, where's the meatloaf? Tell her to bring in the meatloaf.
Hey, Ma.
Yeah.
It snowed last night.
What?
Hail and then snow.
All right, we are officially live. So let me edit the. What episode is this, Jose?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. 198.
Damn.
I think it is 198. Actually.
I think the last one was 198.
Bro, I just show up, all right, dude? Don't expect me to know anything.
You better know when that 200 one is if you're going to make a shirt about it.
Shirt's already made.
It's already
You
made.
better.
Shirt's already made, ready to be released. So 195 was the last one. So this is 196.
196 there, Case.
I'd like to tell you, George, that we're usually more prepared than this, but
No.
that would be an absolute lie.
Hey, I say the same thing because I do lives on Wednesday, so sometimes it's a little bit to get it up and going.
This is what you get, man. What you see is what you get.
Maybe I should grab my mic and just like pretend I couldn't get it to work.
You actually sound really good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you sound totally good. All right. We already got Shy, Sergio, Mr. Feeney.
Some of my buddies.
What's up, Mr. Feeney? Thanks for joining.
What up, Benny?
Okay. All right, George, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, guys,
Let's get it.
ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it is 6:30 Tuesday night. We are live on YouTube as we tend to be, and I say tend to be because it's usually 6:30 something, but we actually, with all of our technical difficulties today, actually got online at 6:30. We are joined by George Salazar from Trail Militia. How are you doing tonight, man?
Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm doing very well. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thank you for joining us.
Good.
And thank you for not being entirely freaked out when my brother accosted you in the parking lot at Off-Road Expo this week. He was like,
honestly, that's not
dude, that's Trail Militia.
Yeah.
Dude, give me a card.
I was like, hey.
That's not the weirdest situation that's happened to me, so we're good.
I was going for the weirdest, but I guess I didn't.
I think I need.
Yeah, no, you're good. That's perfectly normal.
I think we need to start with weirdest situation. What was the weirdest sighting in your world? What happened?
Well, let's not say weird. Let's say I got approached on the freeway to pull over, and they literally wouldn't let me go till I pulled over. I was on the 15 freeway heading to San Hollow for the Jeep Jamboree or whatever that event is called.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, a guy and his wife really noticed who I am, and they were like, "Hey, we need you to pull over." So I pulled over, and then I didn't know where they went. So I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm at the rest stop, so I'm gonna go pee." I come out of the restroom, and then I hear somebody screaming from the other side of the hall, and it was a girl, and she was like, "Hey, George," and I'm like, "Oh shit," because I'm in the middle of the desert, you know. So I'm like, I don't expect anybody to know me like that.
Yeah.
She runs up on me, and I'm like, I don't know you. Who are you?
George, that
She
happens to
my
me.
husband and I watch your stuff all the time. We're big fans. We're the ones that were screaming at you on the freeway, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
I
So
call
yeah,
out your
that was
name
weird because they
sometimes
just
when
snuck up
I'm
on
with
me.
him.
Yeah, you know, you're just going towards your normal day, and then it happens, and it's like, oh. And then at Walmart too, there was a weird Walmart incident where somebody behind me was like, they were talking about me, and I can hear it. And then I finally turned around, and I was like, "Hey, hi, you want to say hi to me?" And then they totally freaked out, and then like took off. They just like took off. They walked away.
Weird experiences are expected at Walmart.
Yeah.
And chicks are always screaming and running up to me all the time.
Matt,
Yeah.
Matt,
yeah.
at this point, Matt he has a Sharpie at all times to sign autographs.
Sign
Sign
breast,
boobies.
yeah, boobs.
Yeah.
It's old news.
Yeah, I don't. Well, see,
Middle of the desert, just women running at you.
nobody cares that much about me, so I've never had that experience. I think we've joked around that Matt seems to be the one that gets cited the most on the freeway and talked to the most out in public, right? I mean, I don't think it's happened to.
He's approachable.
Yeah, I'm very approachable. I am the man on the street. I'm one of the mans on the streets. And you know what? If you spend enough time on the freeway, people will just see you. You know, that's just how that
That's
goes.
also true. Those are facts.
Yeah.
So where are you calling in from?
I'm in San Bernardino, next to Cal State.
Oh, okay, cool, very cool.
Yeah.
So George asked if we wanted him to come into the studio, which under normal circumstances I would have said yes, but space wise and microphone inputs wise, we only 4 is the maximum. And Casey was already coming down today, so it was like I can't squeeze another body into here.
No more dudes in here.
It'd be a little tough.
without a little bit of lubricant.
Whoa, there's already too much dudes, and then you're talking about lubes. Doesn't sound right.
Well, after this weekend, I don't need any lube, dude.
We will talk about this weekend later. This weekend. So as we were leaving on Sunday, leaving the Off-Road Expo Sunday, we saw you coming in. So you were coming in late on Sunday. Was that your first? Were you coming in for the first time?
No. I had already been there on Saturday, pretty much to hang out with a couple of the, I guess fans. I hate calling them that because I don't even know what to do yet.
Yeah.
But a couple of the friends came by and said, "What's up?" So my Gladiator was in the Weston booth and Super Winch booth. So on Sunday, I was just going back to go pick it up. So my buddy from Forerunner Crew was there with me, and we went to go scoop it up real quick and went on our way.
Cool. So tell me about Trail Militia. For those of you that haven't found him yet, he's on YouTube, Trail Militia on YouTube, Trail_Militia on Instagram, and he's got a Patreon account. You can search for him at Trail Militia. So what was the foundation of Trail Militia, and like what is it that you set out to create when you built it?
So I don't know, for Jose that's followed me for a while. I'm sure that a lot of you guys either researched a little bit, I hope, or
no, we don't research shit.
So great. So I was part of another channel
on what your picture looks like.
Yeah. If you are a teenage or young adult woman on a bicycle,
I should have just had some chick showed up.
If you're a young woman on a bicycle, Matt has researched you more than once.
Your chances are probably improved.
Hey, that's respectable.
That's just honesty.
Sometimes you gotta get your info right,
Yeah,
that's all. It's for science. I always say it's for science.
That's my favorite saying now.
Research.
Sometimes you got to get your info right. Most of the times we don't.
Yeah. So I started another channel called Dirt Nation Off-Road. So that's kind of where I ran my story, I guess you can say. I was really not into off-roading at all. And then, I met a couple of the guys there, and we started that idea of, going off-roading. I really just resigned from actually racing cars. I did a lot of time attack, so super lap battle. I still have my race car in the back, just kind of collecting dust now. But yeah, that's where I came from. And then we started Dirt Nation. It kind of popped off, rather quickly compared to other channels during that time. And we ran up that road. And then, just as a business, sometimes it doesn't work out. Your goals are different from your partner's goals, and you decide to go a different route. So, and then 5 months ago, that's where Trail Militia came into play. And I started the name, the logo, pretty much overnight. And then I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to go running, and this is what I want to do now. And the base is really about it's just to build community. I'm sure that's part of what you guys do a lot too. It's building the community and getting all those you can't wheel with us things kind of out of the way, because I can wheel hard, I can overland, I can pretty much do it all now because I learned over time. I didn't know anything at the beginning, but from experience, from braking, from having those headaches, from having those 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're finally getting out of the trail after 16 hours. You learn all these things that you have to. I'm hopefully other people that are like me can teach people rather than, giving them there's a lot of people out there that I ran into that won't show anybody anything. And it's a shame, because if we have this knowledge and we experience these headaches, why not show somebody else to avoid them, to be more prepared. So that's kind of where Trail Militia came from. So I wanted to create something that brings people together and then also gets them to that next level. If you are intermediate, get you to that next level of, hey, let's go see how do you do at Rubicon Trail or how you do at San Hollow, because everybody's done Gold Mountain and Big Bear, and for me it was just I got to get away from here. I want to travel. I want to go to Colorado. I want to do Black Bear Pass and all those things that I haven't done. So that's how I separated myself from Dirt Nation and went with Trail Militia. And then I was just hey, now I have full control. Now it's if I fuck up, it's up to me. If I make
yeah.
it, it's up to me. And yeah, that's where the name came. The name came from really just sitting down with one of my designers, and we're like, hey, all right, let's do this. And I left. I think 8 o'clock. I dropped a message on Instagram. 10 o'clock, my designer was in house, and then we finished the logo and had it all ready by like 1 in the morning. And then I had my first run the next morning.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Where
we
was
just
that-
like,
where
let's
was
go,
that
let's
first
take
run?
off. So
Where
it
was that
was it was a crazy turn of events because everybody was freaking out. They were like, "What the hell's going on?" And I just like, look, I don't really have. Not that I didn't want to, because I don't think I owe it to people, but it's kind of one of those hard things, right? Everybody has a story, and I just decided, look, I'll just keep it simple, and I'll just say my goals were different. I'm gonna go this way now.
Yeah.
And just out of respect for the channel, because we were 50-50. We started it together. I walked away clean slate, didn't take anything with me. I'm just like, hey, look, this is the easiest route for me. My profession is marketing and sales, so I already knew I can do it again. I was like, I already have an idea, now I can just chase it.
Yep.
So that's what I did. That's where Troll Militia came from.
That's awesome. I love you touched on a couple things that are important to us as well. The building of a community, the sharing knowledge, the making other people feel welcome, whether they're brand new to the sport or rolling on 40s. I think there's enough room for everybody, right? Whether it be in the off-road space, the podcast space, the YouTube space, there's enough room for everybody. Let's all have a good time. There's enough. We're all different in our own way. We have our own niches, but there's enough like-minded intent in what we do for the off-roading, overlanding world that we can all help each other. Matt always says, the rising tide lifts all ships, and it sounds like you're going down that path.
Sounds like something amazingly wise, Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure where you heard it.
Yeah, he didn't come up with it.
Because I say it, not Matt.
Oh, is that what you? Yeah, it's like you've said.
Jose's never said it.
No, he said it.
stole it
before.
from me.
No, he said
stole
it
it
first.
from me.
I think Jose said it first.
No, I wanted to ask you, how was your experience coming into this world, like off-roading world, like?
So I came from the automotive industry, and it's super toxic. So
Yeah, I know that side of the house, like racing.
yeah, it's super competitive, right? Rightfully so, right? But it's again. At first, honestly, the first few years of being here, I met some incredible people, just super nice, going out of their ways. And then as slowly as you start diving into like the deeper waters, you start getting some of that toxicity a little bit. I mean, it's not perfect anywhere,
Right.
It just depends. Like, do you give it that energy and time of day or you don't? And I honestly don't. I just keep going my path. This is the way I'm going. If you keep getting mad, that's cool. That means I'm doing what I have to do. I just keep going, man. There's no stopping. Right now I'm a one-man team. I edit, I shoot it, I pretty much do everything. Everything you see that's Trail Militia based right now.
Yeah.
I have a good support system. Like I do have good friends that help me, pull up, show up, and help me, run these big routes or tours or whatever you want to call it with people. But for the most part, I bring all the content home. I go through hours and hours and hours after my job and figure out how to get a video out every week. So,
which in itself is a giant undertaking. I mean, we've had this conversation multiple times. Trying. We just did Off-Road Expo. We have I don't know how many hours of audio and video content.
Yeah.
That it literally took me as many hours as Off-Road Expo to try to get them all consolidated into one hard drive. Like it's and now I have to figure out who to hand them off to and start doing editing stuff. So for you to do all of that on your own, I mean that's a huge undertaking. With doing that, are you planning, based on your previous experience, are you planning on keeping it kind of a one-man show for a while, or do you have expansion, thoughts of expansion down the road to bring in some
to be honest, I don't think it's viable to do it by myself. Yeah. I think that's at some point I'm just going to shoot myself or just not be able to keep up with it, especially now that I'm getting sponsors, now that I have the new Bronco, like there's so much work to do that I have to, but it's hard. It's hard to trust somebody, It's just because it's my baby all over again. I just had another baby. This is what's happening now. And then I'm getting a pretty solid, I'm on a good momentum right now. It's only 4.5 months old. I'm almost monetized. Like all these numbers are helping. Because I do know how to break down analytics and do the right thing. Bringing somebody in is going to be tough, man. I have a couple friends that I love them to death. I've talked to them about their flaws, and when it comes to business, though, I'm very, very business minded. I need to separate that like 100%, so they know how hard it is to do it. Because this is something that not only I sacrifice, but my girlfriend sacrifices a lot of time, and dealing with all my shit. So it's a ton of work, man. And but yeah, I mean, eventually I do think a solid team of, like you guys, 4 or 5.
Whoa, solid. Look, I commend you for taking it slow. I made 3 bad decisions. I made 3 quick bad decisions, and I'm fucking stuck with it. I mean, it is what it is. At this point, it would be harder to teach somebody else how to do the podcast, so I'll just let these guys stay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least for you guys, like, you're in one place. I always have to worry about the liabilities of anybody else getting hurt or injured or coming along with me, or so that's the harder part on my end, because nobody thinks about that, but I do, because I've seen bad shit happen, and I'm like, I've seen people get turned really ugly really fast.
It's been an issue recently. I just got off a phone call with the producer of another podcast. I won't sell them out, but they were planning a listener run, and he was asking if we used insurance and what we do, and this with the whole thing in Johnson Valley with this guy suing the Johnson Valley crawlers. Like, is that a thing now, and what do we do? And that, I think that's more and more of a concern as we do more and more events. I mean, we've now gotten to the point where we have a waiver. Anybody that comes on a run with us, they sign a waiver that says you're doing this on your own, and you may die, and it's not our fault.
People would sue you for going to the wrong mall on a mall crawling tour. Like, I can't believe you took me to whatever.
It's out of hand.
Is suing you an option?
Suing me?
Can I sue you?
I didn't take you.
You sent me to the wrong mall, motherfucker.
I sent you.
Yeah, we have to talk about this later. Someone's got some answering.
Very upset.
I'm fucking pissed.
I mean, going down that path is kind of where I'm going to. I have somebody writing up waivers, and I don't know if you guys looked into my pages or not, but I have a big event that's coming up. It's called Crawl Wars that I'm doing in November, and that's the only thing that scares me is liability, because it's a timed competition event for money and trophies, and there's going to be a lot of testosterone, a lot of that, so a lot of backdoor action type shit. But the only difference between my event and something like backdoor is I will have chain fences to not let anybody walk up. I will have security. I want to make it. I mean, obviously my goals are huge, but this is how King of the Hammer started, with something small, and then they get to that next level. I mean, I had 4 Wheel Parts hit me up already that tried to do partner up with me. They they wanted insurance. They wanted me to have like all these things, and I'm not ready for that step yet. So rather than burning a bridge, I just told them, hey, maybe next year. Yeah. Right now, it's just smarter for me to keep it as contained as possible, And even now, I think there's going to be close to 400 or 500 rigs there.
Yeah, keep it small, learn some experience, gain some experience from it, and then maybe step it up, next time. Yeah.
I wonder if this Johnson Valley thing is going to set the new precedent. Like, what is King of the Hammers going to look like next year? You think they're going to have like fenced off areas?
It's possible.
I'm sure it's going to have ramifications for not only KOH but other events. And I mean, the guy. The guy was standing on the rocks that vehicles were driving over. I mean,
let's be real. In that situation, in my opinion, they're both wrong. I mean, you shouldn't be there with your kid at 1:00 in the morning.
True. Yep.
And then also whoever is deciding not to take ownership of that run. I mean, there's flyers everywhere. Come on, you were sharing it. You have to take some responsibility to at least move the people out of the way and say, hey, look, this year, let's not get anybody killed. Move out of this way. So it sucks, but I think nobody's wrong or nobody's right. I think, hey, look, it was a bad situation, but you shouldn't have been there with your kid. Like, you can't really be mad at anybody else other than yourself.
Yeah. I think that, but to your point, Jose, I think it's going to have an impact on a lot of events and a lot of the way things are conducted in the future, and that's how things evolve over time. I'm sure there will be a more permanent type barrier, and if you cross the barrier, you're
Hammers and Ultra 4 are looking at it going, it's not too long before someone starts pointing the finger at us.
Well, that's what's happening now.
If they don't know who to point it at, they're just going to point it at, I'm at the Hammer, so it's their fault.
Yep.
So what is so tell me more about the event. Tell me, so what was the genesis of that, and what are you hoping to accomplish?
So honestly, I was there. I was thinking about doing something that would change, to bring some excitement to the community, right? To do something different. Last year I threw an event with my last channel at Chicken Rock in Johnson Valley. It was a huge success. We had like 200 trucks there. I brought out a food truck. I brought, everything. You name it, I did a whole party. It was awesome.
You
Everybody
said
had a great
food truck, and Matt all of a sudden woke up
I
and
got
looked
all
at the
excited.
camera. Like all of his,
Yeah, I had
Come
a taco guy go and michelada guy show up and
Oh my
tacos.
god,
Yeah,
dude. And
yeah, so
Micheladas?
it was a party, man. It
You're
was
saying all the
something
right
that
things right now.
that to me, I was like, I could turn that up just a little bit more. So I was thinking of going back to Johnson Valley and doing it there because it's kind of like, you also have to be careful because if somebody does come, like a ranger or something, they could shut that whole shit down. You're not supposed to gather with more than, I think, like 20 rigs or something like that. But then I met one of my buddies named Nate, and he owns private land in Lake Los Angeles.
Oh.
So he's like, hey, I got 20 acres.
Oh,
Some of it is part of this old trail called Shredder Canyon. Why don't you throw the event in my place? Nobody can shut you down. You can be as loud as you want. You can do whatever you want. I have the deeds to the land. We already scoped it out. We already, laid all the lines where we can be, where we can't be, and nobody can shut you down here. Why don't you do it here? And so that's what sparked the idea. And then one day I was just watching Fast and Furious, man, and that's where I got the name from. So I was, I don't know if you remember the scene, but they're at Race Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I looked at that and I'm like, I want to do the same thing, but with off-roading. And originally it started like as a drag racing thing. I was just, I'll just get a bunch of trucks to come out to, one of the dry lake beds and just race, and same thing though, winner takes all, one trophy, same situation. And then when the name came out, I just released Crawl Wars on my page. That's it. It was a black page. It just said Crawl Wars. And everybody freaked out. Everybody was like, what is that? What's going on? Who is like, I got like 150 DMs that day. It just blew up. So I'm like, oh shit, this means something now, So then I started turning it into a competition, and then I got money involved, and then I got big checks involved, and then I got trophies involved, and then companies are all reaching out and trying to figure that out. And now I have like RVs. Now Fox Racing wants to come out now, like,
Wow.
and I'm like, holy shit, like. But again, I turned down a lot of those. Not necessarily opportunities. I just don't want to burn the bridge, Like, hey, let me do this.
You want to do
Let me
it right.
film this. Let me make sure nobody gets hurt. Everybody makes it. I'll have enough content where I can present a package next year, and then that'll take me to that next level, So that's kind of where it came from, man. We couple of movies, couple of friends sat down somewhere. I sat down, and this is what I do for work, anyways. I create plans to, make sales or marketing plans or whatever. So I did the same thing. I was like, hey, look, I'm gonna create this thing. I'll limit 3 classes, just like I honestly followed King of the Hammers. Like whatever they were doing, I'm like, I'm going to do the same thing, just plug it into a shorter distance so I can manage it.
Yeah.
So it's 3 obstacles. It's stock class, limited, and unlimited. And each one of them is going to compete. There's 20 rigs. They all get 2 passes. They're all timed, and it's winner take all. So the unlimited class gets $500. The limited class gets $300. And then the stock class gets $200. Each one has a custom trophy. Everybody gets one of those big checks. I'm so happy about this. That's just, for me, that's the win. Like, get the big check, dude. Take that home.
Yeah, it could be $4,
Yeah.
but it's a big ass check, so it looks cool.
It
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
It probably costs more to make the check
Right.
than the actual value.
Then the prize money.
They were not cheap. It's really like they're winning $580.
You could have doubled the actual prize money, but it's worth it because of the checks.
I would
Yeah,
walk
yeah,
straight
and that's what I
into my
wanted to do. I
bank
wanted
with
to
that
create
check.
something that, like, when somebody comes and watches, they're like, "Dang, they changed the game." Like, I want to change the game. That's what I want it to be. I want it to be like everybody talks about it for the rest of the year till the next year. Kind of like King of the Hammers. Everybody talks about it as soon as the schedule gets launched.
Yeah.
I want that same thing to happen.
That's awesome. And so for those of us that, for other people that don't know where Lake Los Angeles is, I'm not one of them. Where's Lake Los Angeles?
So most people know where Cleghorn is. So if you know where Cleghorn is located off the 15 and the 138,
Yep.
It's about 30 minutes east of that location.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. It's about 30 minutes. It's about 30 minutes east of that location. That's probably the easiest way to put it. And then you go a little bit north, and then the location's still secret. I haven't let anybody know where it's at. I've taken my Patreon group there just so they can get like a sneak peek. But other than that, nobody knows where it's at, and it's private, so they really can't go in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it's so far, man. There's a lot of work still to do. We got to get rid of trash because a lot of people go and dump a lot of trash there.
Yeah. That's
So
the
we're gonna have to
worst.
go and clean it up maybe a week before, and then pull out a bunch of brush and get spaces for RVs and vendors and all that prepared. So we got tractors and stuff coming. It's going to be a big deal.
That it sounds like when's the event actually happening?
So the actual date is November 13th and 14th, the weekend right after SEMA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And how do people join or get tickets or?
So the event for competitors is all sold out. They're gone. Well, they're not sold because I didn't sell it. I just let whoever first 20 come in. Those are the ones that are competing. So those spots, and there's a waiting list for each class already. Other than that, if you want to come out and spectate, it's free. You just show up. Just hit me up if you have any questions or details that you want to know. I have another taco truck coming that day.
Just gonna say that.
Odds. My odds of showing up just shot up. Taco truck.
100%.
Yeah, I have a Michelada truck coming out.
And
I have,
again, jumped again.
yeah,
go,
and then I also have we're building my buddy's K20 and we're putting kegs on it. And he's gonna be driving around.
Oh
I mean,
my
that
God.
happens to
All
be,
right, dude.
happens
All right.
to be your niece's birthday. So if you're going to be there, then you have to
Well,
explain that to
maybe
your
her
niece.
birthday party needs to be up Lake Los Angeles.
If I could
Sounds
make-
like Lake Los
If I could
Angeles
get
is
her
going
birthday
off.
party to Lake Los Angeles, I would. I mean,
Yeah.
not
You're
that
you're the dad.
not
Get
that I
to
knew
it.
where it was. Yeah, and you act as
Come on,
though
Dad.
I literally had the conversation with my wife the other day. Please, will you do me a favor? Will you make a list of the things you need from me so that I can get started on it now before this party starts?
Yeah.
Cody, all I'm going to say is they're going to have a truck with kegs on it going around.
Just driving around.
And tacos.
And tacos mentioned.
Go. I will not look. I will not be mad if you do not show up to your niece's birthday party. It will not offend me one bit.
Not you.
She's
Oh shit! Look what I started.
This is just regular shit, dude.
Yeah.
This is a normal conversation.
I never remember their sixth
mean,
birthday party.
Tacos, micheladas.
If it
Truck,
wasn't your
Barbie.
event, it would be like, well, I was planning on going to Costco, and then he'd give me a bunch of shit about going to Costco
Yeah.
or something.
Dude, I don't know if I should say this because I don't want the FBI to hear it later. But I desperately want to blow up every Costco gas station in California.
Oh yeah.
The one over here in Eastvale is fucking up that entire center.
You're very angry
I
today.
hate.
Wow.
I've been angry recently.
Yeah.
My
Remember Saturday morning? He was on.
my
reading.
coworker
Yeah,
at work said
certainly.
I've been angry and violent. I don't know what that's all about.
Dang.
So
Start drinking, dude.
Yeah,
and
I
just
know,
calm down.
I know.
Yeah, put down that Diet Coke and grab a Modelo.
That's right. Get a Modelo.
I'll be in Vegas this weekend. Maybe I'll try.
Nice.
So you talked about having big goals, and you used King of the Hammers as a kind of a measuring stick. I mean,
Yep.
to your point, they started in 2012, 13, whatever it was, with 12 people, and now it's the biggest biggest motorsports event in the world.
It was 13.
When you think into the future, 2, 5, 10 years from now, what does Trail Militia look like to you?
I would like to honestly own a big piece of land and kind of make a theme park for adults. Why not?
Wait. When you
That
say
sounds-
adult, when you say
We're in,
adult
yeah,
theme
we're in,
park,
we're in.
when you say adult theme park, I'm going to need you to define.
Yeah, I
that.
already know where one of those
Well,
is.
let's go off-road theme park. So we do have OHV areas that are pretty cool. Like out in Roar Flats and those situations. But there's no real It would just be cool to have a bunch of obstacles named and then just pull up and then see if you can knock them all down. One of those ranking skills similar to Sand Hollow, just tighter, where everybody can watch and come out and
There's some grandstands. There's a truck with kegs on it going around delivering beer to everybody. Oh my
tacos.
God! All
you
right, dude, you got me.
We've also talked about that, dude. Like, if we had a unlimited amount of money, we'd buy a giant piece of land and just, like you said, have an off-road park and then just.
I actually started searching for land at one point, and man, that's an investment. It's a
yeah.
There's,
You know what?
there's
I've
not
been
nearly enough
approached already.
equity in my home.
I've been approached already with some big money numbers that are like, hey, let's do it, But I'm I'm just not ready. I don't want to let anybody down, So
Yeah.
it takes a lot more. Like those big tubes, the concrete tubes, those are
yeah.
30,000 a piece, and I need a lot of them.
Yeah. We could probably get some off of Matt's job. I'm sure no one will know the difference.
I'll tell you when to come by.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
by.
Maybe the gate will be open. You just need some trucks.
Swing by. Don't know what happened.
Yeah,
Matt,
just
what
show up
happened
with
to those
13
concrete
semis.
tubes?
Yeah.
Are they gone?
I'll go looking for them this weekend.
Yeah.
Well, so the off-road theme park, and then does that now? I'm assuming at that point that now becomes your full-time gig, right? I mean, at this point.
Well, yes and no. So I'm in the mix of both, right? Because I never really wanted an event to be that big where I have to manage it. Because I mean, I'm sure the King of the Hammers people have to start prepping as soon as King of the Hammers ends.
Yep.
I'm sure it's one of those events, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the guy that just works the event and never gets to drive. That's not what I want to do. I mean, my goal is to be similar to like Light Bright, where they get to like drive around, meet a bunch of people, go all over the world, and now she's driving fast cars, and like that's my shit. I want to drive fast cars.
Yeah.
If I could drive them on somebody else's dime, then perfect.
Yep.
I mean, that's the real goal. If I could build a big enough community where I can drive down to Michigan and go off-roading, then drive to Alaska and go off-roading, and I have enough support where they're like, hey, let's find out what he does, because I pretty good driver. I'm not going to, pat my own back, but I've gone to school to learn how to drive, and I've driven some pretty fast race cars, and that's kind of where I came from. And now just shifting it to the off-road thing, the Bronco's the one that's really teaching me, because we went slow the whole time, with Dirt Nation. And now I have this little monster of a truck has a lot of torque, a lot of power. Now I'm just trying to control it. And I've almost crashed it a couple times. Like, I know it looks cool on camera, but there's been a couple times where I have to stop the truck and like take a breather because I'm like, oh, I almost crashed that into that rock,
How are you liking the Bronco?
It's honestly amazing. It's a really capable rig. If you're looking for a Jeep, don't buy a Bronco. That's what I tell everybody.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something that's gonna crawl, don't buy a Bronco. The Bronco's not it. Can it do it? Yes, but it's never gonna give you the flex. You're never gonna be able to take a cool picture like everybody else does with flexing or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you want to drive fast and you want to go over whoops right out of the box, the Bronco's amazing, man. It's capable of doing everything because I've crawled with it. I've done minimal things to its 33s and height it has now, but jumping it and going fast, man, it just wants to go. It wants to keep going. It doesn't have a stop. I've hit triple digits in King of Hammers a couple times in that area. So 103, 105, and it just wants to keep eating. So if you're looking for something like that comes out of the box, it's like a mini Raptor. Suspension's not out there as a Raptor, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
What trim did you get?
I got the Badlands.
Okay.
Yeah, and it has all the goods. Front locker, rear locker, sway bar disconnect, the little turn assist thing.
Accoutrement.
All the accoutrements.
Accoutrement.
Yeah, I really do. I think the Bronco will be in my future. I don't know when. But I love my Ranger. I love my Ranger so much that I actually had a Bronco on order and I passed it up and but
Ooh, you just lost like 30 grand right there. 40 grand.
But I do think at some point I would love to own one. We looked at a bunch of them at Off-Road Expo this weekend and they're badass. They're badass rigs. They look bitchin'. And I would love to have one.
Yeah.
I think I'm just waiting a little bit till a couple of the bugs get worked out.
We got to work the bugs out.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a couple issues with like the hard tops and things like that. Nothing major, but let those things work themselves out.
My dad,
and then you have to get rid of the bed too. You no longer get a bed.
Well, that's the other piece of it is that I don't know that I'm ready to go back to an SUV from a truck.
Yeah, that's true. That's why you have that both. You just get the other one.
Well, that's
just get both, Cody.
The plan is just wait till the Ranger's paid off and then go buy the Bronco.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, from the timeline and all this wait period, it looks like 2-3 years, anyways, for anybody to get another one. If you plan to get one now, it's like 2 years out.
Yeah, if you place the order now. Yeah, I just saw something. I saw the headline. I didn't read the article. Something about orders. Bronco orders have been pushed out to 2023.
Any 2021 that you had on order now is a 2022 VIN number, so it got pushed out.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know how I got mine. I wasn't even ready. I'm still not ready. It's just here. I was like, okay, I have good credit, so let's do it. Because in reality, I bought the Gladiator because the Bronco was taking so long. When I first made that move, it was like, well, I need a rig now that's A, capable, B, my family can be in it when I go wheeling.
Yeah.
Because I had an XJ, and the XJ was just a tin can, no AC, like couple seats, dirty.
Oh man, I know everybody's gonna hate me for this, but I kind of want another XJ.
Yes, do it, man.
I miss my XJ,
do it, bro.
Dude, and there was a couple super clean ones.
The nicest XJ in the world was at Off-Road Expo.
Yeah, it was just I just
the
miss
G-Speed one.
No,
that
no,
teal one.
No,
that teal looking one.
Oh.
some notch custom fender flares, an Iron Rock off-road suspension
Yes.
kit, just a little bit of a lift. I just missed that small, clean square SUV.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that rig. I had
Yeah, mine
3
was
of them.
never clean. I paid $700 for it. It was already lifted. It was already lifted, but the motor was good. I replaced the tranny. I honestly just put a new tranny, a couple Cooper STT Pros, and I did everything with it.
Yeah,
It
you
knocked
wheeled
everything out.
you
I did
wheeled the
John
shit out of
Bull,
that
Chris
thing.
Pan, Oakham, went to Parker. I mean, you name it. I threw everything at it, and it did it.
Everybody gives those. They all call them shit boxes, but I'm
Yeah.
telling you, you could point an XJ at just about anything and probably get over it. The dimensions of the vehicle, the length and width, with the 2 solid front axles, the leaf springs in back, and the coils in front, just
Yep.
made it a really, really capable wheeler, either for slow stuff or bombing the dunes. I loved that vehicle.
And mine was cool because I had a 2-door.
Oh, nice.
My coworker
Yeah.
has a 2-door.
Yeah.
So I ended up selling it to a buddy of mine, and now he's building it, and I'm like, fuck, don't even talk to me about it, man.
Did you
Dude,
sell it to him for more than $700?
Oh yeah, for sure. But, I mean, I built it, and it sucks because another friend of mine, he built it for me, like new axles. I had finally done the axle, the re-gear, the fully lock. I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to boogie, and then this truck shows up at my door and fucks everything up. So now I'm like, I need money for this Bronco. So I sold the XJ. Never even got to drive it with the new gears, new lockers.
man.
No.
Bummer.
Yeah, but my buddy has it, so he's like, he promised me I'd be the first one to drive it. So Motino Wash is the first place we're taking it, and we'll make sure we knock that out before we take it anywhere.
What are your plans with the Bronco? Anything major as far as aftermarket?
Yeah, I want it to be a race truck by next year.
Okay.
By I want to compete at the Baja 500 in April.
Okay.
So right now Radflow has it, and they're working on it with Total Chaos. Hopefully, it will be the first long traveled Bronco for SEMA.
Wow.
And then that'll come out of there, and then obviously we'll have to tweak it and get it all ready.
Yep.
But I want to chop the back like the Bronco R. You know how the back is all chopped off.
Yeah.
And then just have it free fall in the back with coilovers and rip it all apart. I mean, my girl's gonna be pissed when she finds out.
Shit.
You did what to that vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because she's like 2 payments in and you already cut it. Like,
Yeah.
she's already mad now. My rims are ruined. The bumpers are all beat up. But I was like, that's what we bought it for,
Yeah.
Like, same thing with the Gladiator. When we bought the Rubicon, I'm like, I'm not babying this truck. We're paying so much money for it. Let's enjoy it.
Yeah. That's
I like your style.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because
Yes.
I've had that conversation more than once with people like, why I'm not going to spend that kind of money and wreck it. No, that's what you spend the money
That
for.
was
Right.
me and my buddy Jeff back in the day. We got into dirt bikes. He had a Honda. I had a Suzuki. Maybe that was the mentality. But every time he scraped a fender or he'd get a new plastic fender, or new radiator guards or whatever. It was like, dude, what? You're supposed to crash this thing. If you ain't crashing it, you ain't trying hard.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I believe in, I mean, my Gladiator, my Rubicon, I bought it, and I think 3 weeks later we put the lift. We had 37s. Because they go sponsor for King of the Hammers, so it was showcased at King of the Hammers in one of the booths. And then after that, it was just trail, like right after another. I'm like, I'm going to the brakes. Keep going. And the worst I did to it was bent links. I did finally bend a rear axle. I just didn't feel. I don't know if you guys ever done Pinion Mountain Trail.
No.
It's one of the badges on the Jeep little thing, and but you have to go through the squeeze. So it's like a wall. That's the gatekeeper. It's the squeeze, and I was too wide. My offset on my rims, so I went in, got stuck, like literally wedged. So I was like, I fully locked it. I'm like, I'm not going backwards. I'm going forward.
Oh.
And when I came out of it, I had a bent shaft, so the shaft was bent, and I drove it like that for like 4 months. I barely replaced it. Like not too long. Yeah, not too long ago, I finally said, you know what? It's going to SEMA. This is embarrassing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Are you? So the truck's going to be at SEMA. Are you going to be at SEMA as well?
Yes, I'll be at SEMA.
What booth is the truck going to be in?
I don't know the number, but it'll be. One of the trucks is going to be in the Overland. The Overland side. I think it's the West Hall.
Yep.
That'll be in the Super Winch booth, and then my Bronco will be in the Weston booth up front, like one of the.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we will be there. We will try to find you. We'll be there. Monday,
I'll be there too,
starting
recording
Monday
and all that good stuff. So I'll be there the whole time. I'm gonna deliver the truck. I think that Sunday. Drive it in Monday, and then just hang out the rest of the time.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll be there
do
too.
that.
So what's the long-term plan with the 2 trucks? Are you going to keep the Gladiator as your daily and trail rig, and then turn the Bronco into a race rig? And
No, I actually the Rubicon kind of went the overland route. Now
Okay.
we use it for camping. So we put an RTT on it. It's still super capable. Like the suspension's nice and everything. But I take the family out, and these trips that are overlanding are good for content. You know, a lot of the people that like to wheel, and that's how you build community, is going out and hanging out with them for a whole weekend. And so I decided to take the Rubicon that route, and then building the Bronco as a race truck for now, and then finally getting a power wagon or something to kind of tow around. Because the Gladiator can do it, but I just don't think the lifespan, if I do tow with it, will be very long. You know,
yeah, well, especially if it's. I mean, I'm making some assumptions, but if it's already loaded up for overlanding, and then you try to tow a trailer with the Bronco behind it. I mean, that's, while it's a capable vehicle, it's, you know, it's not really built for that. You know, a full size truck will accommodate that.
yeah, and I'm hoping my team will be a little bit bigger, and the guys that are kind of like in the conversation, they all have tow pigs, so that's kind of like the route. You know, we'll use the Bronco as the one we take out to beat up.
Make it a condition of employment. Hey, if you want to be part of this team, you better have
You got to tow it out there.
full size with a heavy gas card and be able to get my rig out so we can play.
Yeah, which is crazy because I barely made the first payment. I already jumped it before the first payment. Like, people would think I'm nuts, and I'm like, it. As crazy as it seems, it wasn't that bad. It's capable, you know.
Yeah.
Is it scary? 100%, 100%. That shit's not easy, but at the end of the day, I mean, you buy this rig that's supposed to do that stuff. They show you the shit. I'm like, okay, well, let's find out. Let's find out if it really can do it.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it was like, if it falls apart, I'm leaving it here. I'll
Call
I'll
Ford.
figure out how to call Ford to come get their shit. I'm like, I don't know. You know, I'm pretty good at talking to people. So there's been a couple times where they've, you know, even my Jeep, I had a really bad incident with one of the dealerships. They had replaced my rear axle, and they didn't tighten it down. So my calipers fell off while I was on the trail.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my caliper fell off when I was in the trail in the snow, and it fucking ruined everything, my rims, everything. Like, so I called them, and I was like, hey man, I'm going to leave this Jeep here, and it's not in a good area. If it's gone, it's your guys' bad. And like within a couple hours, they sent me an Uber, they sent me a truck, they sent me they're like all these, because it was really their fault, you know, like.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had just gotten it back like 2 days prior to that, and I mean, they were super nice. The Huntington is where I got it, you know, big shout out to them because they did take care of all their mistakes, and they hooked it all up. But yeah, things like that, like even this truck, like, I mean, getting it off 5 feet off the ground, it should be able to jump it, you know, and it's soft sand, so it's not like. It's still scary, don't get me wrong, and I did bend some stuff because they just called me earlier, and they're like, hey, a couple of these tabs are bent.
They're like, tell me again how much you jumped this, how many times you jumped this.
It's not that big a deal. It was in sand. It shouldn't have been that bad.
It was only 10 feet.
That's my story, and I'm gonna stick with it, all right, man?
You realize sand
right.
only compresses so much. At some point, something's got to give.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, it's as I listen to you talk about your ambitions and the things you have planned and where you're going. It sounds like you're just a full speed ahead kind of guy. You're, you know, I've got a plan. I've got my foot on the throttle, and I'm not going to stop till I get there. Like, what do you see is the obstacles that you've got to overcome to get to where you want to be?
I have a lot of the stigma from my last channel. So like a lot of the people that are there that, I mean, that were super cool. I mean, overnight like that, they don't know me anymore. So dealing with that mentally, like, you have to be super strong. You know, you have to have your head on right and understand that, hey, this is gonna come regardless. You know, there's gonna be the hate, the fucking hearing it all. And this is sorry. Like, the sad part about it is I don't go looking for it. Like, people fucking screenshots with social media now. It's like, bro, I'm gonna see everything. You know, like somebody's gonna send it to me. You know, so it's for me because I am proud and I am like this hardworking individual, I guess you can say. I just like to like keep my cool is like the hardest part. Like, USA, you know, like, don't call this motherfucker out. Don't call this guy out. You know, that's one of my biggest obstacles, keeping my cool, not just for me, but for my family, my friends, and showing them that no matter what, like, I can do it again.
That's what they want you to do. Is they want you to call them out and get all riled up and start something about. I don't know the situation. I'm just, you know, that's what I tell myself. You know, I wouldn't get caught up.
And honestly, like, I've dealt with it the best. Like, I just no comments, no heat, no interaction, no nothing. You guys can go ahead and talk about me all you want. At the end of the day, like, I'm gonna go this way. This is the way that I chose to do it, and it's fucking working. So be as mad as you want to be. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care. There's gonna be people that support me, and there's gonna be people that don't. No matter what level I'm at, you know. Even if I do make it to that big top level, somebody's gonna be pissed up there too. You know.
Yeah. We're fortunate. There's only 12 people that listen to this show, and 4 of them are in this room.
Right.
So there's not a lot of the other 8 are people that we're related to. Like my mom is watching. She's logged into the chat room.
I've been trying to get
Hi,
my
Mom.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my mom to listen. She won't even bother.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
So fortunately, like
what's a podcast?
yeah. Fortunately, we don't get much of that. No one cares enough about us to give us hate.
Yeah, and
they
then
just-
another
they just hate us
obstacle is
for who we
really
are.
getting content. It's getting tougher now, just because I mean, especially during SEMA, I don't have the trucks most of the time. They're out getting R&D, or they're getting new parts put on, or some sponsor has it, or the other sponsor has it. Like literally, they've been in and then out. So
Yeah.
creating content's you have to get more creative, you know. And then, like now, I'm calling a driver of some sort and just be like, hey, let me make a video on your truck because I think it's very interesting, and doing
Hey,
a
you
build
can-
breakdown.
You can make a video on Matt's 2018 Nissan Frontier. I'm telling you, it is a content driver. It is a crowd pleaser.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what? Just so you know, I was offered a gig like modeling T-shirts, belly shirts this weekend. So, you know, I got a lot of things going for me too.
Yeah,
Let's just drop it in there.
We'll talk more about this in the second segment about Matt's crop top modeling future. But I'm pretty sure that we could start an OnlyFans with and get a whole new segment of listeners to the show.
$20 is $20.
$20 is $20.
Yeah.
You
Pump up those views to 20.
Yeah. Well, dude, look, I'm super glad that we ran into you at the expo and had the chance to talk to you and hear the story, because I listening to you talk about the things that you're working on, and coming from doing one thing and having it change directions and building from scratch again. I think that's super inspiring.
Thanks.
What kind of lessons learned from your first time around are you taking with you to Trail Militia that you think is going to help you do better? And I'm only asking for a friend. I'm not asking because anybody's going to shut this down and start all over again.
Stay true to what you really want. Like that's unfortunately, like even when we started Your Nation, there was a goal that we both kind of said, okay, this is what we want out of it, and it's staying true to that. Like the channel was supposed to be one direction, it went a different direction, and that's when I decided to start making moves. And so for this channel, that's the same thing. It's keeping that track, like what's my end goal? And a lot of people start or say they want to do this Instagram, YouTube thing, and it's like, first of all, it's not easy. It's hard as fuck.
No, it is not.
It is hard as shit, because a lot of the comments that I get are like, how does this guy do this? How does he do? I'm like, yo, I work 18 hours a day. Like, no shit. 10 hours of my regular job, come home, edit, and another 6-7 hours. Like, for you guys to get a video out of me, it takes a ton of work and dedication. Like, it's not easy, So
yeah, and I think people that have never tried to do it don't understand, like the amount of for a 3-minute video, it's 3 hours of work guaranteed. Like it is. You do the same thing with audio content, same thing with live streaming. Creating content is a lot of effort, and for you doing it by yourself, it's that much more because you don't have a team to count on. And I think sometimes people don't understand the level of commitment and the amount of work that goes into making that happen.
Yeah, and not only that, but consistency. Consistency is like the key. If you don't drop something, the algorithm drops you off. Like, there's a lot of things that go into play, and if you got to keep it going, like shirts and hats, and like I get asked for things all the time, and it's like that has to come out of somewhere. Like I still have bills to pay, but you try to make it happen. Try to make it. And again, with the bad comes a lot of good support. All my Patreon people that are on there. Honestly, I jumped it because of them. The first goal was 50 Patreon, and if I got to 50, I would jump the Broncos. So I kept,
Wow.
I kept my word.
Oh, I'll jump the shit out of the Ranger. Two people signed up to Patreon. I would jump the shit out of that Ranger. I've done it. It's fine. It did great. Let's go.
Done
2
and
people.
done.
Hey, there's a couple of my guys listening, man. They might hold you up to that.
I honestly, not.
We don't want that poor Ranger falling
Look,
apart like when he
that-
tries to launch it off a curb, you know?
Jose got on the donut run. Jose got to
Ah,
experience the Ranger on the donut run right after I got the Icon lift, the Nexen Roadian MTX tires. We were out at King of Hammers 2020,
Yep.
2019. You're right, 2019. And we had volunteered to go get donuts for the group. We were there with Icon and Trigger Controller and a bunch of people. And so we left at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and there was nothing in the back of the truck. There was nobody around, and we bombed the desert in that Ranger. Like, I was just like, let's see what happens. And I have never giggled so hard in my life at how fun that was.
Nice.
And I've been trying to recreate it. And I recently snapped their leaf spring, and Icon set me up because they didn't have a leaf kit. It was still on factory leaf, so I just put the Icon leaf springs in back, and I can't wait to get back out into what we call the Kessel Run, which is out on the Mojave Trail, to see how it does now with that back end support, because that was the only thing that would, like, every once in a while the back end would bottom out, and I think those that factory single leaf just couldn't handle it. And now it's got a full leaf pack back there. I cannot wait.
You also had Bass Pro Shops in the back of the bed.
I may overpack. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean I love that truck. And
Well, I drove. You're talking about the new Ranger, right?
Yeah.
So do you know Dan? He has the one with He has like the carbon fiber fenders, the wide body on Kings.
Yeah.
So I dumped his truck too.
Oh, nice.
And the Bronco felt better. And
Really?
he was sold. Yeah. I got about the same height, about 5 feet. But I don't know, the King setup he has, and I was honest, I was just not because I own the Bronco, because I would tell you, hey, this shit sucks, it sucks, you know.
Yeah.
But no, it just landed smoother, everything felt better. And I was like, take this shit back.
I would think the Bronco has a little bit more balance. Being the SUV, I feel like it could
The weight
distribution and balance of the way it would landed. Where the truck with nothing in the back, the truck's going to go nose first.
Yeah, front dives. Yeah, it did do that. For sure, 100%.
Yeah, so I
and
can
then
absolutely
it bucks more. It bucks more as you're going. So, but everybody tells me right now that the wheelbase on the 2-door Bronco might be too short. That's the only thing I keep hearing. If you're going to take whoops, that's going to be a bad idea, because what's going to happen is you're going to hit this big bump and the wheels are going to be floating.
Yeah. Can you stretch it?
So that's what I'm going to do, but I have to cut to stretch.
Yeah. I got someone next to me that likes to cut the shit out of vehicles and stretch them out. So if you need some help,
the missus is not very happy that I'm going to start doing that right away.
You're not far from me. Drop it off at my house. Tell her that a buddy's borrowing it. Casey will chop the shit out of it, and we'll take it back.
Nice.
Color match it. You'll never even know.
Never even know. She'd be like, "No, it's always been that long."
Are you sure, baby?
Yeah.
It looks longer.
How do you not pay attention? See, I've been telling my wife that it's always been that long.
Are we talking about the Bronco still?
Oh, the Bronco. Yes, it's for sure. That's all the stretch you get.
Yeah.
So SEMA, you're going to be creating video content for the YouTube channel and probably for all your social media. Do you have anything pre-scheduled, or is it just going to be hit the ground running and wing it?
So I'm going to do a Barstow to Vegas run and get the Bronco super dirty before I deliver it.
Nice.
So they have a detail guy that's going to be waiting for me at the end. So I want to make sure he gets his money's worth of cleaning. So that's the plan, at least for that. And then the Rubicon's getting delivered, so they're just going to ship it out there and do that. But I asked nicely if I could drive my own truck on the way to SEMA, and they said yes. So yeah, that's the plan. And when I'm there, it's just kind of enjoy the moment, man. I was there last year, and it was my first time, and we had media passes. We did the whole 9 yards, but again, he had a certain plan that night, and I didn't get to go like the after parties and meet a bunch of people and market and do the important things that I think are important. So this year, I want to make sure I take advantage of all that, like actually meet people, have the channel grow, hand out stickers, cards. There are people there that want to, meet me and say what's up. But for the most part, I just want to meet everybody else, man. Open doors that right now they're sitting there waiting for me, So that's really the big thing for me for SEMA.
That's very cool. Yeah, we've been a couple times. I've been a couple times. This is the first year we're doing the full media passes and all that stuff. So we're looking forward to it as well, trying to figure out what our schedule is going to look like, and it's going to be a lot of walking around and talking to people. But to your point, we're trying to make some connections and open doors. So,
yeah, of course.
it's it's an amazing event. You know, we're very, very fortunate that we get to go, and hopefully we get the chance to connect while we're out there.
Yeah, for sure, man. I definitely think we make some time. If we're there the whole time, why not? You know.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll run into each other.
I'll make it less creepy this time.
And I've never walked the whole place, so even last time that we were there, I didn't go see everything. There's so much.
Every time I've done it in the past, I've had like a day and a half, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna hit this, I'm gonna hit this, I'm gonna hit this. Now we're going for the whole week. We're going Monday night. We're not leaving until Friday, so we can take a little bit more time and soak it all in and see the little things that you don't know are there until afterwards. Exactly. And someone's like, "Did you see this at SEMA?" And you're like, "Shit, no, I didn't even know that was there. Where was that?" So yeah.
And then another thing too, it was like my goal to get a truck. Oh, actually, a car there was really the goal for me forever, and it never happened. And here we are now, 2 trucks that I own are going there. So it's just weird. It's weird the way the universe works, So I'm super blessed. I worked hard to get there, and it's cool. I mean, the Bronco was kind of that's an easy door in. Just have to sign in and pretty much, they'll accept it as SEMA. Because it's so hard to get there. But it's cool to have the Gladiator in, and it's cool to have 2 vehicles that are yours. They're there. It's huge, man.
That's a huge accomplishment, because I know that people have spent a lot of years trying to get vehicles in there, and it doesn't always happen. So
exactly,
that's very cool. And I'm certain while you're there with both the vehicles, you'll be able to get a lot of content. It's going to get a lot of attention, and you can build that or use that to your advantage to build the following even more.
Exactly. That's kind of the goal. I mean, it's just get the most interactions that I can when I'm there, and take it to that next level. So SEMA's, if I can't do it at SEMA, man, I might just close the door and say, you know what, back to cutting the grass every day and cleaning the house.
I don't want to cut the grass. That's too much work. All right, man. Well, look, this is great. Thank you to Casey for molesting you in the parking lot and making this happen, and for joining. We will definitely make the effort to see you at SEMA in a couple weeks, and we'll be watching what you're doing. If you guys haven't already done so, please go follow him. It's Trail Militia on YouTube, Trail_Militia on Instagram, and he has a Patreon account. Go follow it and keep an eye on what's happening. I think with the 2 vehicles you've got, the things you have planned, and your kick-ass attitude, I got a feeling it's going to be a lot of fun to see what you do from here.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, we'll see if this hard work pays off thing really is true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking from my side, I feel like you've accomplished quite a bit.
Yeah, short amount of time.
Short amount of time, and the amount of, I mean, we've been doing this for 4 years. 5 years. We're still in my spare bedroom with my family, and it's like, it's almost sad. I'm trying to set up a counseling meeting so we can all talk about where we're going with our lives. But
we're almost making money.
I can't find a counselor that will come in and sit with all of us. So yeah, I don't know. What do you call couples counseling for 4 dudes? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, maybe off there we'll name it something.
I call it a problem.
But all right, man. Well, thanks a lot. You have a great night, and we'll catch up with you in a few weeks.
All right, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Later, man.
Dale better not get in my face.
All right, man. That was great, dude. Seriously, in all seriousness, super interesting to talk to you. You seem like a really cool dude, and I'm really glad we got the chance to connect.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was fun, man.
So logistically, I will we're going live now. This will get posted tonight, but then the audio I will edit tomorrow. I'll take the logos you sent. Thank you for that, by the way. I'll create some social media posts. I'll email you Wednesday night when I post the episode when it's ready to go. It'll be ready for download on Thursdays.
Okay.
So we'll post this on our social media. You can post on yours and just drive content. I drive listeners to the show to hear your story. I think it's a really interesting story, and like I said, what you've accomplished in a fairly short period of time is pretty amazing.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, and go both ways. My followers will jump on your guys' train too, so that'd be cool.
I appreciate that. If there's anything we can do to help, if you've got events coming up you want to promote, anything we can do, just you've got my contact information. Feel free to reach out. We'll connect again.
I got this light bill. Can I send you that?
You can send it.
I got 2 Diet Coke cans you can recycle to help out. I don't know if that's going to get through.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys' time, and I look forward to doing this again.
Awesome, man.
Right
Thanks.
on.
lot,
Thanks,
George.
George.
Have a great night.
Bye, man. Have a good night.
Bye.
Yeah,
All right.
his logo is awesome.
Yeah, super cool. Super cool, dude. Super cool. I was really impressed. All right, you guys ready?
Sure.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey, fuck you, Matt.
Yeah.
There's Jose over there
Yeah, I
spamming
know.
that button.
Yeah.
Man, you must have been all talking to Jose about it.
No, I haven't talked. So this is a conversation
Riled
you and
up.
I have had. We'll get into our Off-Road Expo recap real quick. I want to share some.
There's something much more important.
There's something.
first.
I've been sitting on this for days.
Damn.
So we've been
festering. in
we've
there,
been
dude.
talking about getting some hats, and Matt's got his cool TC puffy printed hat, and he got one for Casey. So I was like, we've been looking at a vendor that has a certain product, a certain model hat. So I went and bought a couple blanks. I got a black one, and I got this really bitchin' orange and white and black one. And I was like, dude, I cannot wait to get the logo put on those. And he was like, dude, just go to my guy. I got a guy. I got a guy.
I don't know if I said I got.
Just take a guy.
I have a guy.
You
there's
did
like
say.
He
there's
said
like
that before.
The
Yeah, no,
store.
just I got a guy. I got a guy. Just take it to a guy.
Let me know.
Just
I got
walk
a
in.
guy.
I got a guy.
He's got
lids.
I got a guy.
Lids.
So-
It's like saying, "Hey, I got a place for tools. I got a guy." Sears.
So
That's
Matt,
bad because
Matt,
he said,
they don't have any more tools, bro.
Matt's got the connection. Matt's got a guy, right? So I sent him.
I think we're over. All right, go ahead.
Get
it out.
I sent Matt a text message and was like, "Hey, dude,
Who's your guy?
Can you send me the info for your guy?" And no response. So then I said, "Hey, is it just the lids in Puente Hills Mall?" He says, "Yep." So the next day, I try to call. I look it up. Google Puente Hills Mall lids. I look it up. I call. No one answers. I'm heading down there because I got a short period of time at lunch, and I'm just gonna drop him off. I called Matt on the way, and I was like, "Hey, it's just the lids in the Puente Hills Mall." And he says, "Yeah." I said, "Do I need an appointment?" He said, "No. You just walk in." "Who do I talk to?" He's like, "There's like 4 or 5 people there that can help you. You'll be fine." I drive from Chino to the Puente Hills Mall. I walk in, I go to the lids. I said, "Hey, I got these 2 hats. I need to get a logo embroidered."
You
Long.
guys have the logo already.
I got the logo embroidered. She said, "I'm new here. I've never done this before. So we'll have to wait till my manager comes tomorrow." God, okay. So I give her my name, give her the information. I show her a picture of the logo. She takes a picture of the logo. Next day, I call. "Hey, I'm calling about those hats." She's
Who's
like,
this?
"Oh, the ones in the box?" "Yeah, the ones in the box. The orange one and the black one." We've never done your logo." "No, that can't be right. My brother-in-law was just there," and I looked it up on the text. "My brother-in-law was just there September 10th, and he got our logo put on a hat."
He said, "You're the guy."
She said, I'll have to look." She calls me back later. She's like, "Yeah, we only did 3 logos in September, and none of them were your logo. Is it possible that you're confusing us with the West Covina Mall?"
You know what? The fact that you're this upset about it makes me fucking happy at this point. Because next time you ask me something, I'm going to... Because I apologize profusely. Like, dude, I'm sorry. And this is the shit. Next time, fuck off. Like, I don't fucking... You should have known better than to not... You know what? Matt's pretty bad with malls or whatever. And should have said... Wait,
Malls?
why would he go to La Puente for lids? But you didn't go there. You threw La Puente at me.
I said Puente Hills. He
Whatever.
said you the one that
I
said
just
Puente
said La
Hills.
Puente. Like, I don't even know Puente Hills or La Puente.
So
Whatever.
after 2 days of phone conversations of this lady telling me
You
that
still don't have your
that I'm an
hats.
idiot,
Good.
that I'm an idiot,
Good.
and that I've
I'm
never
glad
got
you
this
got the
logo done
ridicule.
before. I called Matt and I'm like, "Hey, the Puente Hills Mall lid said that they've never done our logo before." He said, "Bullshit." I said, "Is it possible you're confusing it with the lids in West Covina Hills West
Yeah.
Covina Mall?" And he went silent for 30 seconds.
I went silent for 3 seconds.
And he was
went,
fuck. Yeah, fuck.
All right.
Matt, you're
right.
telling me you don't know the difference between the West Covina Mall and the mall from Back to
where's-
the Future? Is that what you're telling me?
No. Isn't Puente Hills like, it's off the 60 though? So
60
like,
in Azusa.
yeah, essentially it's, 3 miles away, like, as a crow flies. So I don't know, like, specific. I know the general area of the mall. So if you said, "Is it the Azusa Mall?" I would have went, "Yeah, that's the Azusa Mall because Azusa's right there too."
Thanks, thanks, Mark. It is Twin Pines Mall. You're telling me you don't know the difference between West Covina Mall and Twin Pines Mall?
Okay, look.
No.
In Matt's defense, I wouldn't know the fucking difference either. Right? I don't. Montclair Mall, Ontario Mills Mall,
they all
whatever.
They all have the same.
You can't confuse those two right there.
I
You
get,
could've totally done that too.
I get that shit. I was just super mad because I wanted to have these hats made before the Off-Road Expo this weekend, and I was
You
specifically
still could have done it.
I couldn't because by the time I wasted the time to go
you're
drop
the
it off,
Big baller
no.
at your company. Just go
But
drive
wasted
the
the
4
time.
mile. Go up Azusa Boulevard to West Covina Mall.
So I have 2 hats I still need to get printed.
I'll take them. I'll take them for you.
Trust
To his
me.
guy.
Well, the
my
the
guy.
manager from Puente Hills.
Victoria Gardens
Yeah.
Mall.
Hey, how about this? Why couldn't those motherfuckers send that to the other store?
That's what
they
I
don't know how
said.
to send a file.
She went. Okay, this is based on her story. She had to go. She's
Okay.
like, I have to go to West Covina anyways to pick up some products. I'm gonna talk to the store manager while I'm there. She called me and she said the store manager at West Covina says
Look.
he doesn't have that logo.
Oh,
he can't
fuck.
find it. It's not in the system.
Of course, it's not.
Yeah, and she's like,
If you give me the $25 now, I'll download. That's what they wanted to do, is try and get you to pay the money to scan it right then and there, and then they would have, so you doubled up on it. But they don't want you. Of course, they could send a file through the interwebs, right? You would hope, but they don't want that. You could take all this ire out on lids for not just, hey, just send that file over and whatever. Hey, how about I got an extra $20? Can you just send it over? No. Did you try that?
but they couldn't even find it. She said that it didn't exist
Then how the fuck did I get that hat printed?
because you were
Magic?
Because
you
you went
were
to the
probably in
Victoria
San
Gardens.
Gabriel. You were in San Gabriel.
in Alhambra Mall. All right, that's likely.
So, F you, Matt. But so part of the reason that I was buying these is because I've been working on an online product place that has hats, and I wanted to see that style of hat. And for those of you that are watching the YouTubes, you can see one of the hats that I ordered as a sample has shown up.
You can take the sticker off though.
Oh yeah, well, no, I'm gonna leave it right now. So I got 2 hats, a T-shirt. Let's see if I can stand up. The T-shirt, a polo shirt. Grab the other hat case, and a second hat. So the online third-party printing company that we've been working with, that I've been looking at, has come through, and the quality's
good.
pretty damn good. When you look at the embroidery on the polo shirt, the embroidery of the stitching on the hats, it's like solid stitching. It doesn't look like it's missed spots. The silk screening on the shirts is it looks good. What?
Well, we are in Corona. Any flat brims?
Oh
Yeah.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, there is actually the flattest of the brims.
So with
Extra flat.
Yeah.
with these samples arriving and me being very, very happy with the quality, like you see the back here. The possibility of a Trail Chasers shop is imminent. I think there's some back end things that need to get done on being able to order.
Hey now.
And once I get the back end all streamlined and
All
ready to go
Whoa,
and
Consolidated into one
able,
whole.
once the back end is able to accept inputs, it's from your credit card. I feel really good about the problem we had with the last time we did this. We had a shop up for a while. The quality of the shirts just wasn't good. It was just crap.
It's hit and miss.
It was
I have some good ones.
inconsistent.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The shirts were fine. It was the printing.
It was just the
Yeah,
printing.
The shirts were great, but I have a couple shirts that are still good. I have some that after the 4th wash, the silk screening came off. You know what I mean? And then I want to say it was Joe K ordered a sweatshirt, and it looked like they forgot to silk screen it.
I
Like
bought 2, and it looked like when I got them, it looked like they were like 5 years old.
Yes. Yeah. It
super
was
faded, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this new store has hats, all kinds of different hats, beanies, shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, polos. It's got shorts and pants. It's got jackets. water bottles, everything you can imagine. So
Beanie hats.
I did not notice if there were beanie hats. It's something we can look into.
Me and Jose want beanie hats.
That's what I was.
Really, beanie hats?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's my jam.
It's like the old thing that's coming back.
I have one. I like it. I just didn't realize it was that.
Dude, I had this one beanie hat for years. Like,
Yeah. When you find a good one,
yeah,
you just hang on to it because
I had to let it go because it, like, the hole that it was ripped. It just essentially just kept getting bigger and bigger.
Do you like the ones that have where it's like folded like a regular beanie?
No.
No, it has to have no fold,
no
right?
fold,
Just a straight,
just a little brim
like that, and then a brim.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. That's kind of like the Red Vine or Twizzler conversation right there. Like, there's only one right answer to that.
Yeah, I almost fought Matt over it. I was about to swing at him.
Yeah.
Depending on what his answer
I
was.
have had one good one.
You said red vine, so you're good.
Yeah, why would we fight over? We agreed on that.
No, I'm saying depending on what your answer was.
yeah, no, okay, yeah.
I did have one good one that had the fold in it.
Twizzlers are disgusting.
I do not see beanie hats, but they're visors.
I'll pass. Hard pass.
Oh wait, I think I saw. Go back. I thought I saw a beanie hat.
No, there's no beanie. I didn't see any. Yeah, regular beanies. But there's a TC cycling jersey potentially. Mark is asking if there's a TC cycling jersey. I took the mountain bike jersey that Jose and I designed, and I created a T-shirt that matches it. So that's not a beanie hat. That's a Gilligan hat. There's plenty. There's a bucket hats, Gilligan hats. Dad hats, poofy head hats.
Can we talk about the expo now?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about hats right now.
So the point is,
be on the lookout.
Matt sucks, and be on the lookout for an announcement for the shop opening soon.
Matt still sucks.
I love you, Matt. So
all I get is grief about sending you to the wrong place and not participating as the third person in conversations I'm not even around for. You don't pay attention to the stuff.
No, I don't give you shit for the stuff, the conversations he and I have, because I know that happens. But the stuff that you don't pay attention to. And we also found out this weekend.
You ever hear ignorance is bliss?
Yep. Also found it this weekend.
That's my saying, Jose. I said it.
Okay.
That for some reason it doesn't seem like Matt is getting some of my texts, or at least that's what he's telling me.
Because Jose gave you the number.
I don't think you guys have my phone number. I don't know who you're texting.
It's the same number I text you when I say, "Do you want some food?" You seem to answer that one.
How often are you asking me for food? Because it doesn't seem that often.
It is what is today? Today's October 12th. We did Off-Road Expo October 9th and 10th. Great experience. We showed up Saturday morning, bright and early. Got everything set up in the Nexon booth. Had a little bit of technical issues, but whatever. The new setup, the new remote setup that Jose bought came out bitchin'. I'm really we need to make some tweaks.
Oh no, I'm interested in hearing once when it's ready for download the quality, but over the headphones it sounds amazing.
That I listened as I was transferring stuff. I listened to something. It's this same level of quality. I mean, it's
awesome.
it's the same microphones. Obviously you hear a little bit of background noise, but not like the wireless ones were. And I really think that pod track and the corded mics is the way we're gonna go. Like we talked about for SEMA. We this was our test run for SEMA, and
we're gonna get that Pelican box or what? It seems like we better take that effing box. That was the argument Paul was making.
I got a text.
Why don't you guys just take this box? I know somebody.
No, Paul, we don't need it.
It's no sweat off my back, really.
I got the text. Please. Pelican.com, please check the website and let me know a couple things. So we have to go to Pelican. We have to go to Pelican and see if we can.
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Dude.
Just take the fucking case.
I don't even know what a Pelican box is, but I'll take it. Yeah. I'll just take it.
So so we have to worry about getting the Pelican box. So we hung out at the booth. A couple takeaways. Jose's Fun Box was a ginormous hit.
It was the only thing that people
as
cared about.
uncomfortable as Jose was, every time we asked him to jam their hand in
The
it.
reason why it was a hit, because it was just a run-of-the-mill storage box that we had written Jose's Fun Box on. It really creepy writing with a couple of stickers. It was sketchy looking.
And
Well,
then
the worst part was that
it had like wire loom.
that loom.
Yeah, it looked like a sphincter.
Yeah, dude.
And then
Puckered up fucking
go
bubble.
out there and carnival barker people to do it and challenge them to stick their hands in there was the best part. Because some people were like,
Dude, the funniest
I don't know.
thing.
What's in there? There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, dude, the funniest thing was watching people like look at it, not know what it is, but they see the hole and they want to reach in, but they just look around and like, should I reach it?
You
They're
could
having
see it
this
right in
inner
their face.
They're having this inner fucking discussion like, dude, I don't know if I should reach in that hole or not.
There was several people that
I don't know
looked,
these guys.
They looked at the box, they looked at us, they looked at the box, they looked at us, and then they went, no.
Well, and
Because we're just like,
and every time someone would get wrist deep, and I'm like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Don't do it.
Oh, you're filthy.
Shy was in there, and he says it was scary for sure. But the Fun Box had a lot of cool stuff. We had candy, we had stickers, we had
air fresheners,
USB drives,
USB,
koozies,
yeah,
Hot
dude.
Wheels.
Keychains.
The one
Keychains.
thing Matt pointed out is we didn't have enough Trail Chaser stuff in there, or I guess Jose pointed it out on Saturday. Sorry,
we had zero.
and so for the next event, the Fun Box will be filled more with our stuff.
Is
But
it still Jose's Fun Box, or
I
can
think it's
somebody
kinda-
else have a Fun Box?
I thought it was gonna be the end of that box.
No, dude, that's,
no.
oh, man.
That is a
still-
legacy.
It survived Elam, so
Yes.
you know it's
Oh,
still
yeah,
it's
so-
ready to go.
So if you want to see the Fun Box experience, go to our TikTok page. I put up. I can't remember if it was on Instagram too, but there was a video on
There's
TikTok.
a montage on Instagram.
montage
too.
of
It's
people
on the
reaching.
gram because I saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
People
I don't
reaching
have
into the
TikToks.
box. Elam pile driving elbow deep into the box. He blew the box out on the way out. It was a lot of fun, and it did create a lot of content.
I mean, there's at some points like 20 people in
Yeah,
front of our
at
booth.
least.
Well, and every time someone would pull something out, as stupid as it was a Tootsie Roll, we're
Yeah.
like, yeah, you got it. And then like people will be looking, what is that? What is that? The guys at Fly Off Road in the booth across the way from us.
Can we put stuff?
Can we
in
put
Jose?
stuff in Jose's box? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
jam it in
And
there.
He was like, he'd jam it in there, and then he
Dribbled it in there. Yeah,
like,
he was teasing the box quite a
Yeah.
bit. But we had a good amount, eclectic group of people willing to jam their hands and fists and elbows into Jose's Fun Box,
an
And it was
including
box.
Jose's box. I have video of Jose's box all up in the Fun Box.
Jose's box in the
In
fun
the
box.
box?
Jose's boss all
Box
up
in
in
the
the Fun
box.
Box.
Most of the people were all
Freudian
people that didn't even already know us either.
Yeah,
So
it-
they
yeah.
were willing to do that anyways.
I think that was part of it. Is the not knowing what we were, like what the Trail Chase part.
Who we were.
I don't think anybody still doesn't know who
Yeah.
we were. The one guy asked me about tires, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, he was saying, were you there, Casey?" He's
Yeah.
like, "I have an idea for some tires.
Yeah.
and I think I'd like to talk to somebody." First of all, I'm interested. You can go ahead and tell me what your idea on tires is, because
Did he
They-
hashtag I owned it?
he did not.
No.
Oh, did you get
He
the
did
idea
not.
from him?
No, I didn't.
Aw,
'Cause
damn it.
As soon as I told him, I don't know shit about tires. I'm pretty sure they've spent millions on R&D. But you go on and tell me your idea for your tires. And then
I told him you need
kinda-
to just Google how to make some tires and then go make some tires.
he just scoffed. Where am I
Tires
going?
made out of old tires.
Let's not pave the roads with concrete anymore. Let's pave it in rubber and make
Steel wheels.
steel
tires.
wheels.
You don't even
Or
need to put
concrete-
tires on
concrete
them.
wheels.
Yeah.
Hashtag I own it.
Yeah. So Saturday, Matt, Jose, and Casey at some point went out and did Mans on the Streets. Who did you guys talk to?
Spoke with, it was that tough stuff.
Rough
Oh
stuff.
my!
Rough
Oh my
stuff.
God! Can we
Gosh.
please
Oh,
talk
let's
about
go to tough stuff
yes?
first.
Oh my
Rough-
God!
rough
Rough
stuff.
stuff.
Tough
So
stuff?
Rough stuff.
There's-
Rough.
yeah,
Rough and stuff. Puff and stuff.
So if the guys if the guys from Rough Stuff are listening again, and then there's a small clip on our
They're
TikTok
not
about
listening.
it.
They're not
So
listening to us. Don't even worry about it.
So there was at one point
that
early
hammer.
on Saturday, the guy from Rough Stuff comes over and he says, "Hey man, can I borrow your cart? I need to
a dolly.
bring some stuff in." So Jose's like, we're
And
like,
by
yeah.
stuff, he meant waters because they weren't allowing waters
Yeah.
to come in.
But it was more interesting if I said that way. So
You can just say smuggle.
so we're like,
He's
yeah,
a
go
smuggler
ahead.
now.
And
Actually,
and
no.
I think,
Jose didn't say anything.
I was
I
gonna say,
said,
Yeah,
yeah,
was
here's
gonna-
the cart.
All three of you are like, yeah, go ahead, dude, take it. It's like, what the fuck?
So the guy walks away with the cart, and Jose's like, "Where's that guy going with my cart?" And we're like, "Oh, he's going to use it, and whatever." I want to say 15 minutes later, Jose's like, "Hey, has anybody seen that guy with my cart?" 20 minutes later, "Where's my cart?" 30 minutes later, "Hey, I'm going to go talk to that guy about my cart."
No, he said, I want to know where the fuck my cart's at.
Yeah, at some point, Jose was fully ready to
He
throw
was
blows.
pacing like a caged lion.
Pissed.
Yeah.
Like pissed off.
I learned. Look, dude, I learned some jujitsu recently, and I'm about to put it to use. That's the look in his eye.
Yes, he was going to mess somebody up.
I'll
And-
never. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I get my ass kicked.
And then at some point he said something to Paul about, "Yeah, I'm just trying to find those. Do you know where the Rough Stuff booth is? I need to find the guy with my cart." And Paul says,
This was like an hour and a half
Yeah.
after. Like I've been asking.
Paul's like, "Dude, he brought it back
Hey,
like
bro.
an hour ago. It's sitting over here." And I swear, I didn't realize how nice the cart was until the end of the day when we went to use it. It's a super nice
It's a
cart,
badass cart.
but
I'd have fought
Jose
for
was
that cart.
pissed.
I'd
Jose
have
was
fought for
pissed.
that cart.
And
I
then-
just
He
said,
wasn't
like, look,
pissed. He was
no, I was
concerned.
I was
He
more
was-
upset. I'm like, dude, we lend this guy the cart. The at
bring
least he
back
can do
that
is just
effing
bring
cart.
it back. Like I don't have to go looking for it.
Yeah.
Like that was what I was mad at. I was like, the fact that I'm gonna have to go to them to get my shit back.
Right.
That was what I was upset about.
and you didn't, and he had
And I
already
didn't
brought
'cause
it
he had
back.
brought it over.
It was actually pretty funny the whole time, as upset as he was about it. So you guys went out and did. So you talked to some Rough Stuff. Who else did you talk to?
Me and Matt went and talked to Blake Wilkie.
and
And then James from Terror Crew. And,
yeah.
My coworker used to hang out with him, I guess.
Oh,
I
really?
just talked to him today. He's like, "Oh," I'm all, "Yeah, we were talking." You know, he asked how the expo went, and I'm like, "Yeah." And then me and my brother-in-law like interviewed this guy. He's like spitting image of Spicoli from what
He is.
Ridgemont High.
Ridgemont
And he's all,
Fast
"Oh,
Times."
Wilkie, the guy's
Blake
name." I'm all,
Wilkie, yeah.
"Yeah, that was him." Oh shit! And he's all, "Yeah, I used to hang out with him. He lived down in San Diego." I
Yeah,
guess,
he's
so.
still down there.
Yeah,
I saw him
so-
at the hotel on Sunday night. I was like, dude, what's up? He's like, dude, I got an hour and a half to my bed, and that's where I'm going. And then he walked off.
That's funny. And then Sunday we went out and got a couple more. Matt and I met with the ladies at McCrae Motocross Company. Really fun conversation. We had a chat about potentially contracting Matt out to model.
This is the important. Yeah, I
We talked to
referenced
Brian
earlier.
from Air Down Off Road, too. I forgot to mention
you
that.
mean
Yeah.
Sean?
Sean from Air Sean. He was so mad.
Oh,
So
dude.
shit.
You'll hear it on the.
Yeah.
It got uncomfortable. I'm like, dude, my bad. I'm sorry.
And
I told Cody to go to La Pointe for a hat or whatever earlier.
I told you-
you can't trust me.
I told you because their booth was over by the porta potty, and I told you when I came back from the porta potty, I walked up. I'm like, "Hey, Sean, how's the expo been?" He's like, "Screw you, dude." Yeah. So Air Down was there. We talked to them. We got to talk to that. We did talk to the guys from Fly Off Road. We talked to Trails 411.
Talked to Icon about their new
Yep.
electric dampening system.
I think it's crazy.
Yeah, so we got quite a bit of audio content with the new rig. My nephew, Casey's son, was there getting a crap ton of video content. I'm still trying to get it all off of the phones into a central location, so we can try to do some more with it. But we did more in social media
In 2 days.
this time in 2 days than we've done in a long time, and it shows. Like our TikTok went from like 32 followers to 360 or something. What is
Yeah.
it? What is it now?
Earlier, it was at 357.
Trey
So
57.
we're 359. So I mean that's a significant increase over the course of
Somebody do the math.
72 hours.
Tenfold.
we-
Tenfold.
Yeah, we got some growth on Instagram as well.
1,000%.
It was good. I mean, it's we've talked about doing more and more of that. I think it's important.
I bought some sweet sunglasses.
Oh,
Dude, those fucking guys made out like bandits.
We're in the wrong business.
dude. I mean,
And not just this. I mean, our other regular 9-to-5s
Yeah.
also.
yeah. So the
I'm gonna
the
start
heat
designing
wave
sunglasses.
the heat wave visual group was across the way from us, and
Those are mine.
they're
Yes.
their
They didn't have the gold though. That's what I wanted was the gold.
their booth was it had 30 people in front of it
At
All
all times.
at all times
Till the
both days.
expo ended.
Yes, it was. I've never seen a booth at an expo like that. That was just you couldn't get in, like almost to the point where you're like they're gonna run out of product. How did they bring that much product? But they didn't. They kept going, and
Yeah, Casey's new nickname is Frozone.
So look, I am not speaking disparagingly about Heatwave because they make some really cool products.
You can.
I feel
You're
like
speaking disparagingly about Casey.
I
though.
think Casey's face makes their glasses look bad.
Okay, Jose, I think is the only one that tried them on. Jose, tell me about them glasses. They're
Dude, they're great. Like it's like putting on HD glasses, dude.
yeah.
They're great. Just the style's not for me.
And they have
I don't
some
know, I got
really
a picture of you wearing them glasses. Jose.
That there is a picture of me wearing those
Oh,
Frozen
yeah, it
glasses.
looks pretty good.
I almost bought a pair. Almost. Did they have any end of show specials?
They're gonna do a Black Friday sale.
Oh, okay. So $65.
yeah. No, well, and look,
Compared to
Yes.
Oakley's,
they
or
have some really cool
Yeah.
styles.
Spy or anything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, or
They
the
have
Pit Vipers.
really cool styles, and I think the $45 to $85 mark
Yeah.
for sunglasses is as at this point. If you're not buying throwaways, that's what you're spending, right? I don't have a problem with that at all. There's just a couple styles. There's a couple styles like this one in particular.
That's what I have.
Those
Oh,
blades,
really?
That's my exact one.
Huh?
The blades.
The
Future
it
Tech.
looks-
Yeah.
yeah.
You look like Brian Bosworth back in the day.
Yes, thank you. High five from across the table. I told Casey
Yeah,
he
the
looks,
Future Tech. That's
he
mine.
looks like Karch
Boz.
Karai on a beach volleyball tour.
side out, baby.
Yes, side out. It's definitely a throwback to my high school days.
I thought he looked like St. John Smith.
St. John Smith. Yeah,
But those are the
That's
ones.
callback
Because I
right
don't know
there.
if it's that style that blocked out the sun like it did. Yeah, dude.
They're. I think if you're getting for most sunglasses nowadays, you're well over $100.
yeah.
Yeah, it's, well, not mine. Mine were $11
Yeah.
on Amazon.
Well, yeah. I mean, I buy the AM, PM biohazards and stuff like that all the time too for work because I'm just going to trash them. But
Those are OSHA approved.
yeah,
And
but they're too expensive to trash.
like they have some very. I'm a dork with no style, right? As simple as possible. They have some pretty straightforward glasses.
Those are called the Vaders.
Fader, Fader. Yeah.
I
just
also
briefly
saw
saw it.
Vader, but if I'm gonna get them, dude, I think I'm gonna get the ones that Casey has. I'm going all in if I get 'em.
If you're gonna do it, I mean,
Yeah, and the orange ones.
I wanted the
Cyclops.
gold.
Like I'm
The
totally
gold.
down with a set of tortoise tortoise frames. Just
Jesus, Cody.
what? What is wrong with that? That is classic. That is classic
Showing
and
your age, too.
stylish.
You better watch out. Cody's in like a rare form the past week.
Yeah,
you're
dude.
Gonna, you're gonna catch his eye.
My
or-
wrath.
Yeah.
Wrath. Like I said, I got accused of being.
Those are cool right there.
Laser face.
I think those are the ones that Chris
Shy.
bought.
Yeah, it's like those.
See, those aren't bad,
I
No,
got-
those are cool.
those are cool.
but I just don't know if what I saw when I put on those. I don't know if it's the same. Like,
It is. I put on Zens and it's.
Oh,
pretty
are
much
they?
same. It's just you could tell it's a smaller lens. That's
I
what I
don't
like
want
about
that,
mine is
but
you
I don't
can't-
want that.
You can't see
Yeah,
the lens
exactly.
at like the edges at
Exactly.
all. Yeah.
No, because they wrap around behind your ears.
Whatever. That's
It's like you're like you could weld with those glasses.
you can't see the lens, Russ.
So yeah, maybe we need to get Heatwave on the show to find out what the deal is.
Where are they buying those lenses? And they're just putting some simple
tell them to
plastic frames.
Are they putting heroin inside the frames to get people to buy them? I don't know. It is.
Were they infecting us, or were we on heroin watching all the people buying it? You know, like maybe that's what it was. They were spraying like some kind of stimulant on us, making us think that they were cool. I don't know.
Like no one sprayed any stimulant on me in a long time. So
No. Hey, Vegas, just a couple of weeks away.
Vegas.
You know what? Those are Vegas glasses, dude. If there's any Vegas glasses, those are the ones.
Yes.
I might have to. Yeah, actually, I have to pick up a pair now.
Well,
no.
Black Friday. Oh no,
Dude,
that's
that
the end of November.
with the ugly desert shirt.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
and I could go for a set of these with
Yeah, they have-
prescription lenses. Like I'd be down with that.
They have like safety glasses too.
Yeah. And again, $50. I mean, that's a reasonable price for because they felt like they were good quality. Like
They don't feel cheap.
No, good quality material. I am just surprised at. I never would have thought a sunglasses hut
The gold lenses though,
would
the gold lenses
would have
are
had
fantastic.
the.
I'm getting those. Just
the
out of
gold ones.
spite.
Get
Yeah.
'em, dude.
But look what I got.
Do it.
So what? So we're gonna go through the audio over the next couple weeks and release the audio recordings from Expo with all the different interviews that we did, piece by piece. So I don't know if we're gonna do one per episode or a bonus episode or what, but we will be releasing more of those as we go. So around the table, Casey, what was your takeaway from the Expo?
It's good to be back. I think it's critical to be at these kind of things to try to grow at all. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, right? Look at the TikTok. We're over, I'm not going to do the math. It grew a lot. I think, like anything, we need to go to as many of these as we can.
Matt, what was your thoughts?
Same thing. Good to get back out amongst the people's media. It was a little hard as far we are the people's media, and it was to get like I don't want to say my interview style or whatever, but there is like it's not as easy as it seems.
No.
Where you kind of want to have some questions like in your back pocket ready to go, but then once you use them, man, I hope you're paying attention to what they're saying so you can continue and. Another difficult thing is trying to get the person engaged in wanting to tell you.
Yeah.
Not just like, hey, tell me about your shit.
Yeah.
They get that all day or whatever, but, well, how'd you come? Whatever. So it's kind of cool to get that going again. And I feel better about going into SEMA knowing like, oh, okay, I just did it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that was good. Hanging out with Nexon and Paul.
Always fun.
Always a great time. Next and Paul, they're so gracious and truly like it's like at first you feel weird, like why are you guys being so nice to me? Like,
What do you want?
They went and got hamburgers. I don't know how you guys didn't get hamburgers.
We respect.
Well, you were gone for 6 hours. At
Yeah.
one point,
I was
you
standing in
disappeared.
line for tacos.
We respect the.
And
respect
Jose
the-
and I declined because
yeah.
I'm super close to my goal, so I'm waiting. I got one more
Oh
pound. to go.
no,
No, there's no more goals.
Yeah, I'm not. There's no goals.
it's like that. Yeah, my goal was out the window that day. And Paul's, it was like an intern or one of the kids working there. It was like, we're gonna do a run to Red Robin's. You want a hamburger? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Although-
Thank
There's
you.
a bear shit in the woods.
Red Robin took the A1 peppercorn burger off their menu. F you, Red Robin. I'm done with it.
Whatever. I wasn't buying it. So he went ahead. He got me a burger and fries. I totally forgot about it. I'm like, just everybody took off. I think everybody, it was like my turn to sit at the booth or whatever. And then he shows up and he's all, hey man, here's your cheeseburger and fries. Do you want a beer?
Oh shit.
Shut up. Like, yeah.
You had me at hello. You had me at here's your burger.
Exactly. Yes, please. Can I have a beer? He came back with a beer, and I just sat at the table, just like a caveman eating that hamburger. Just I
Watching
didn't
people
care.
reach into the box.
No, the box is already pulled down. there was enough attention, people looking at me eating the fucking hamburger. I was like, I don't care. I'm eating this hamburger. But I was in heaven right there. I think somebody came by and I'm like, yeah, I got a free cheeseburger. I was so excited about it. But other than that,
Hey, shout out to those affordable beer prices, right?
oh my God.
Oh, another Iron Man
was-
4x4 refrigerator review.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
No.
So-
that, can I
Yes,
continue?
Yes.
Because, thank you for bringing that up. We were able to do a little smuggling of our own drinks.
We didn't even
some-
try. Like,
No, it was.
We
It was
brought it
just, well, we came in with so much shit. We
Yeah.
came in with like a wheel wagon, and your cart full of stuff.
Yeah.
Chairs,
Tables.
tables, 4 or 5 boxes of gear, and
all the swag stuff.
yeah, and the fridge. They didn't even bother with the fridge. Like we just wheeled right in. Nobody said anything, which was rad. So that was now. I smuggled in warm beer, that was just a couple 6-packs. And that cooler cooled those beers down in no time flat. And it was at like 27 degrees the whole weekend. There was slush, like I think you said
on one of my Diet Cokes on the bottom had some slush in it.
Yeah, so that I'm super impressed. It's always impressive how well those fridges work. But now it's like, oh, you don't just have to have it out camping.
No.
How about you just
I'm
want a
ready
fridge
to take
with
it to my
you?
office and leave it in my office when I'm not can't like
Yeah, dude.
You,
it's,
you know what we could
You could set it next to your pool, man.
and I've done it. When families come over, I've put it in the backyard
Sure.
and used it.
But we could have hooked it up to that little flash fish battery pack.
Yeah.
To see how
just
it
to
does.
see how because what if it. We know how well insulated it is. So it may not actually turn on. Maybe it only goes through so many cycles an hour, and the battery actually can run it first. We didn't give that a shot. But
That's the part I wanted to bring up. So we unplugged on Sunday at around 4:30.
Saturday.
No, Sunday when we left the show. Well, yeah, Saturday. So Saturday we unplugged Saturday night. It was still 30 degrees. It was like 34 degrees Sunday morning. We unplugged about 4:30 on Sunday, threw it in the truck, drove it home. I unloaded it off the truck. I set it in the garage, didn't empty it, nothing. I went out Monday after work, plugged it in just to see. It was still 50 degrees, and everything was still cool and drinkable inside the refrigerator. I mean, that again, going back to, what do you do at night when you're camping? No, I have unless it's 200 degrees outside, I have no problem turning it off at night, and I'll be good till the next morning.
it just has to wheel with you. So
yeah.
for Mojave, it's like obvious you're packing it up, right? Because you're going to another spot. If you're doing Parker, I guess basically what you'd probably do anyhow is just load it on your truck and plug it in while you wheeled all day.
Yeah. It would just stay in there at all times
Yeah.
because I'm going to want it on the trail for a drink.
Unless you're going to run a generator back at camp, or unless the battery thing.
Yeah, the battery thing would
works.
be interesting to check out. But even in that situation in Parker, I would still want it with me on the trail. I'm just going to throw my drinks in there and go. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I cannot.
I'm a believer, dude.
100%, man. I cannot stress how much. And it's a big item. It's a big spend. And it's like one of those things that, do I want to get it?
It's also a big. It takes a lot of.
Yeah, it's a lot of space.
No,
a lot
no
of real
more than a
space.
cooler, really.
No, for sure. But I'm just saying, it's like if it's gonna be like a permanent fixture. To
How
your
much?
rig-
How much ice did you buy on the last Mojave
Oh,
trip?
yeah.
I spent at
$100.
least. I honestly, probably
$50?
$50.
Yeah.
I probably on the one trip, and that was the night before. I packed all my groceries, all my stuff in the truck, and then by the next morning, it was
Yep.
already fucking soggy. Like, dude, it was so hot.
We
I
bought
bet
more
I
ice
really-
that morning, and then the last night, we went and bought a shit ton more ice again.
Yeah.
And I still had to go drive around looking for ice because that terrible Herbst right there. Every gas station right in Laughlin was out of ice because everybody's going out in the boats or whatever. So that would have eliminated that pain in the ass, the extra $20 in ice I bought, and then like mid trail I think or Baker or
When we got to
Razor,
Razor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
another round of ice. So Yeah, man.
I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
done.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm asking Santa Claus for one this year. So Santa Claus,
Do you
if
think
you're
you've been good
watching
enough?
Yeah.
and
Do you think
listening,
you've been good enough for
Santa
Santa?
Claus,
you better be wearing something sexy at the end of
If
the
you're-
chimney when Santa comes down.
I will make it worth your
Just
while.
wear your knee pads, bro.
Do yourself a favor. Try and coax Susan to wear something to seduce Santa if you really want that fridge.
Yeah,
So-
dude. It is a pricey spend, but it's in the long run, it's absolutely worth it.
I'm
It sounds
sold.
like-
Yeah.
Like 5 or 6 trips worth of
Yeah,
off-roading or whatever, and it's paid
Yeah.
for.
So I'm 100% sold on it.
Yeah.
So we did a little bit of a content. What?
Oh, I was just going to ask Jose's opinion on
Jose, I
on
didn't.
the
You're right,
weekend.
Jose. What was your takeaway?
Like Casey said, it's good to be back on the saddle again, doing these events. I had just forgotten how exhausting these things are.
Yes.
Dude, I was exhausted yesterday at work, Monday, going back to work.
It didn't
Rough.
seem any different to me.
Yeah, internally I was dying.
What did you think of the venue? Because I have an opinion on the venue.
It was different than Pomona.
It was a lot smaller.
I don't know that it was smaller. I think it was more condensed. I
What?
felt like Pomona was more spread out and harder to get to everything. So I don't know number of vendors versus Pomona to here, but I felt like it was easier to get to everything.
Okay, I kind of like to think. So as far as my opinion, there was
I
more.
wasn't done
There
yet.
was more. Go ahead, Jose. I apologize.
Just kidding, dude. Go ahead.
I was very rude. I never think about what you
You
need.
don't. No, go ahead.
I think there's more indoor space at the Pomona fairground, so that's a plus because you're out of the elements. And then 2, outside, there's more space like for the leftover or runoff stuff, and there's a lot more trees and shade. Right? I noticed that was kind of a big thing. I liked when you were walking around in Pomona. You know, everybody's kind of tucked up into the. There's just more shade and more trees and a bit more space from. Remember, like. I don't remember who was across from us last time we were in Pomona.
It was,
but it was like
the rooftop tents on the side by sides.
yeah. Oh God, right.
And then
Ram was next to us.
And then there was that full size Bronco
that's right.
that you guys went and looked at.
And Ram.
So-
Yeah.
Like the manufacturer.
Yes.
Yes. So I don't know. There was more. I don't know if that's good or bad. Like when Jose's box was going off, it was like packed. Like people were like stuffed and like, I got to get into that box. you
But
know?
that was good because if they were like
right. You had to stop.
30 feet away, they'd have just looked over and kept walking. It
Right.
kind of forced people to.
You couldn't. You'd have to go all the way back
Yeah.
around or something if you want to get by. So is that good or bad? I don't know. So it was a little more congested, I guess. And you know, I thought Pomona's. I liked having more space in Pomona myself.
Yeah. Good. So what else? What else did you take away?
Well, no. So yeah, it was awesome to be back at these events. But it was exhausting. But it's also, I think we finally hit our stride. We're hitting our stride back, and then also with this new recorder, just we're thinking it through on Sunday. Just talking like, how can we make this the best quality? Because as a podcast, you have one job, and
Yeah.
it's just good audio, right? And then with this podcast Pro, yeah, I mean, it allows you to hook up the wired mics. Yes, walking around with wired mics is it's a pain in the butt, but I think what we talked about, like getting a backpack set up and carrying.
I already started playing with it a little bit, like the idea of what we're going to do to
Yep.
set up a rig.
I think that's going to be what makes us successful at SEMA is having that rig.
Mm-hmm.
So
Agreed.
but yeah, man, it was nice. See, it was awesome to see the support that we got from other people.
I was going to say, we had about 12 Omahas. We gave out about 12 of the limited edition Omaha stickers.
Dude, they're big fans of the show that got set up for it.
Yeah.
and didn't even
Oh,
say,
there were a couple.
I teed it up a couple of times.
Yeah.
I teed it up like
Yeah.
a golf ball, and then I did an alley-oop on another one, and they just they didn't want it.
There were. So we gave away. I would say about a dozen Omahas stickers. The phrase that pays.
Yep.
And then to your point, there was another 10 or so
Corey.
listeners that Adam.
Corey and Adam.
Corey and
Well,
Adam.
Adam's little girl said it.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
Oh,
Susan,
yeah. Oh, that's
Susan
right.
got her to say it.
Okay. That were there talking to us and didn't bring it up.
Yep.
And so, but we had Kevin Jones come down. We had
That's right.
Dave, Corey. We actually went to dinner
Mark-
with Corey.
Mark had a
Speaking of that,
Mark, I was kind of hoping somebody else would do this, so it didn't have to be Mark.
born and raised in Omaha. Or
Yeah,
apparently
Mark rolls up in a
Cornhusker over there.
straight out of Omaha shirt.
straight out of Omaha.
Straight out of Omaha shirt. Gets his Omaha patch. Actually did a couple Instagram. Look for the hashtag the Trail Chasers on Instagram. Did a seriously funny. Did you see Mark's post?
No.
His Instagram
Yeah.
post. It's aimed at you right now. Go to either his page or hashtag the Trail Chasers, and it is freaking hilarious. I laughed. I watched it 20 times, and I thought it was so funny. It's his top 5 performance mods at expo. You see it? So while Matt's looking that up, I got a very sweet NHRA hat from Mark's dad. We got to see him. Elam showed up, and like I said, pile drive on the fun box. But we had quite a few people come up, and we even had a couple people just walk by and say, "Hey man, just want to say, listen to the show,
Yeah.
keep it up, great stuff." And it really kind of reinvigorated me when it comes to like the amount of effort we put into the show to keep it going. And I ended up doing a blog post about it and posted that last night. So if you haven't yet, go to the Trail Chasers blog on our website, and you can kind of read about that. And I went back and talked about 2014 when I started this, like what was it going to be? So it's the story of where Trail Chasers came from and what that was. But as far as Mark is concerned, because he did the most content, congratulations, Mark! You are you're officially on the winter. You're officially the first person on the winter expedition. I don't even know if the rest of us are going.
Yeah.
But
Congratulations.
Let us know how it is.
Yeah. we'll send you the info.
Create
more content.
Take some pictures while you're there.
Yeah, Mark is officially the first person going on winter expedition. So thank you for that, Mark. That was great stuff. Did you see it? Did you?
Am I to play this like while we're?
Yeah. Turn the volume up and play it. It's hilarious.
You think he like paid everyone else off or something?
I don't know.
'Cause it,
I swear.
good job, Mike. Good job.
Yeah, I swear I watched that 20 times
Beautiful.
last night. It was so funny.
I
job.
want to get that tattooed.
Top 5 performance mods. Sticker. That was great. So, Mark, excellent work.
Granola bars to you.
Granola
Mark.
bars to you, sir. You are officially on the winter expedition trip. Yeah, I mean, shit. It was.
I have one more takeaway.
It's what's that?
Don't stay at the Ramada off of Vineyard and the 10 freeway.
Why? In-N-Out's right next to it, bro.
Stay at the In-N-Out instead.
Yeah.
Because it cost us like $1,000 to stay there. We're still waiting on refunds because they charged us 4 times for 2 nights.
Well,
So we got charged for 8 nights.
because it happened to you again at the next hotel, I think it's more of a you thing than a
No,
them
no,
thing.
no. It didn't happen at the second hotel.
She said at the second hotel they charged you twice.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
When we got to the second hotel, they charged us again for the first hotel.
No, she said the
No,
second hotel
the-
charged you twice,
yeah.
and she had to
Oh.
get them to
Oh.
discount that one too.
Oh,
Well,
and
maybe it is a me thing
update.
then.
Casey now lives in Ontario.
Casey's paid up for the next month.
My
He's
new
living by
address.
the airport.
My new address is 2307 Ramada on Vineyard in the 10.
Yeah, he's Casey's there for the next month. He's paid up in full.
Plus, it's a shitty hotel.
At the end of the day, my takeaway was it was just same thing you guys said. It's great to be back in those kinds of events, back into the community. I think there's some things that we need to do better when it comes to promoting, and our setup wasn't optimal. Like the banner was the first day the banner was in a place where it was hard to see. A lot of people thought, to Matt's point, we were just working with Nexen.
Yeah, so guy came up and said, "Are you selling tires?"
Yeah, so we got to do a little bit better at that. I think we need
taking down payments, right? That's what I'm doing here.
Yes, we need to have more swag available. I thought the raffle, the Jose's Fun Box was a great hit, and we put raffle tickets in there, and if you got a ticket, you got to pick a hat or a shirt.
Yes.
I thought that was a great idea.
Sunday around lunchtime, I had the idea. It's like, maybe we should be handing out business cards every time someone reaches into the box.
Yeah. So things like that we, it's been a while since we've bet out in front of people. Things that we need to do better at, but I feel like as a group, as a team, it was really good for us to get everything set up, to go through the process, to use the new recording gear. I'm gonna
work out some kinks.
Works out some kinks. I feel really good about upcoming events.
I think we listened to some kinks too, but.
Yeah. Matt was listening to music all day.
Yeah, you would know because there was a Rolling Stones song came on. He's all, "Who the hell's this? I don't listen to your hipster shit," or like whatever. It's the fucking Rolling Stones, the Rolling Stones.
Hey, dude, you know what's weird? My dad texted me yesterday. He's like, "What are you doing this upcoming Sunday? You want to go see the Stones?"
Oh my God, yes.
I was like,
SoFi.
Yeah. I'm gonna go see the Stones on
Nice.
Sunday.
What?
I'm
Dude,
going to
that's
see.
badass.
I'm going to see Rancid Friday night.
That's cool.
Okay, they're not the
good.
Stones.
Is it? Is it?
Are you asking like honestly, or
No,
you're being sarcastic?
No, I'm being sarcastic. Like it's gonna be fun.
I like Rancid.
I do too. It's gonna be fun.
Name 3 songs.
I just what's the big one? I know him. Whatever.
It's the agreed.
Yeah. I'm not a concert person. I've never been a concert person,
Well,
and it's a concert in Vegas, so I got a feeling it's gonna be a lot.
But that's why I was hesitant with my dad too. It's like, because I've gone to concerts to go see my favorite band, and I'm just still like,
Yeah.
And I was, going to.
You were what? You went to go see your favorite band. You were like, eh.
Yeah, I'm still not a concert person, dude.
Yeah,
Just,
I see.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's not much.
just
other
go-
times. It's more to hang out with my dad. Than
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
Just go see SoFi Stadium. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I can't imagine seeing a concert there. It'd probably be great because that scoreboard's like right in front of your face. Like it's all the way around the field. It's a trip.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I cannot thank those of you that came out to see us. I cannot thank you enough for coming by, just for hanging out. We got to talk to people, took some pictures with people, handed out swag. I mean, it's great to be able to see you guys and hang out on a personal basis, and we're looking forward to doing more of it, like we've talked about in the past. So with that, I think the next thing is SEMA. I don't think that there's any way we're going to fit anything in between now and SEMA. I look at my calendar. I don't know if you guys got your invitation for the 24th, but there is a install party planned on the 24th. If you're available,
Is that here?
sure, we'll probably do it here. Somebody got a bunch of stuff that we need to get installed. I figured that'd be a good content. So if you're available, we can do that. It was like, I was talking to her and I'm like, okay, it's the 24th
Or next year?
or December something. Like that's the time between all the things we have going on. So
What is the list of installs that accompany that day?
leveling kit, wheels, tires, sliders. I think that's it. Yeah.
Leveling kit is that springs and
It's
coilovers.
a puck lift. It's a puck
Oh,
lift.
just
Yeah.
pucks.
So we still got to drop the perch, the coilover off the upper perch to get it in there. Right? So we'll be working on a Ford Ranger soon to get that done, and then
I'll bring my Sawzall.
yeah.
Maybe that'll be the thing that Monty lets me get a plasma cutter for.
I can't launch a.
But honey, it's to cut up a Ranger.
Ford.
Yeah,
Ford
she-
Ranger.
Can we
She'd be
get
on.
2 of them?
She'd be on board. I do have a
Line 'em up.
Ford Ranger Flaw.
Another one.
The vinyl that wraps over the top of my center console, I think just from leaning on it, like it's starting to pull up. So I gotta figure out how to take that apart and tuck it back in. I don't. Was that covered under warranty? Is that a warranty item?
Do you
Might
need,
be.
you need a tuck job?
If it's
Is that what you're
inside-
saying?
Nip tuck.
You have the 36,000 bumper to bumper. Because
well,
I
it's-
had that on the Frontier and they carried that
I've
and
ex-
that was anything interior. If I blew the speakers, anything they would fix it. So
I've already exceeded the 36, but I did
Yeah.
get the extended. I got like an 80,000 warranty
So-
from CarMax.
somebody, I was gonna say somebody called one of those people that called you. Hey, text us back now to
Yeah,
extend your
get your-
warranty.
get So I need to figure that out. It's not major, but it's just I don't want it to rip off, So, all right. Well, look again. Thank you everybody that came out and hung out with us. Keep an eye out for the shop that's opening up on the. It'll open up on the Trail Chaser website and read the blog post. And there's a couple people that made comments on the blog post about some things that they're looking for. I'm working on that as well. Shy and Tim. I'm working on it.
More to come.
More to come. All right, guys, and congratulations to Mark for winning the spot on the Winter Expedition. And as
That's
you can
where
see,
hit the clapping button, Jose.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see, Matt's computer has decided it's
Yeah,
time for him
it's
to
time
log
for-
out.
Shut on down.
Yeah.
Screen
And,
time done.
So we're going to end it here, and thank you everybody that joined us in the chat room for the night. We appreciate it. Thank you to George for hanging out with us tonight. Everybody have a great night. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
See ya.